Tester Fox and like Researcher Fox, that is peak design. Which once again shows that they have the ability to design proper good packages. But they don't. And I don't get it. A couple of weeks ago, on my stream over at twitch.tv/itstoku.tv, where only the biggest brain, the smartest, and the most elite of card fighters go to enjoy Twitch content, I had chat play a game with me. But it was a different kind of game. I wanted to see if they could peek into my mind as to how I was categorizing the clans in Clan Collections 5 and 6. I didn't label any of the charts, but just put Kagero on the left and Dark Irregulars on the right. Chat had some ideas like it was based on which units I wanted to sit on me, and although yes, Uragirafa's massive dumpy and Atrocious Blow is definitely something that I would love to rest on my visage, this was a bit more of a serious topic. Once we had sorted out the 24 clans into their left and their right, I realized that just giving them 2 pieces of the puzzle, they probably wouldn't be able to see the bigger picture, so I threw Chat a bone. I put Great Nature as well as Royal Paladin in the right side of the chart, but Chat was a bunch of dinguses and needs someone smart and intellectual like you, the viewer, to join Chat at twitch.tv/itstoku.tv to assist them in intellectual Sigma grindset discussion. Either way, Chat was a little dingus and needed another hint. So we put Grand Blue on the right side and finally onto the left side, Nova Grapplers. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. What's the common theme between Novas and Kageros from Clan Collection 5 and 6? Chat finally locks in their answer, and they sort it as such. Kagero, Nova, Genesis, Pale Moon, Spikes, OTT, Murakumo, Naru, Mega Colony, Nubatama, and Aquaforce on the left. And on the right, Grand Blue, Great Nature Royals, DIGZA, FDP, Shadow Paladins, Link Joker, Tachis, Neo Nectar, Golds, and Bermuda Triangle. I then reveal my version of the alignment chart, which only had 6 clans on the left side. Kagero, Nova Grapplers, Gold Paladins, Shadow Paladins, Dimensional Police, and Naru Kami. The rest of the set was on the right side. So, useless time waster of a game aside used to boost engagement with chat, what was the point of this alignment chart? Well, dear viewer, the 6 clans on the left side of the chart had Lazy as shit design for their 3 new cards in Clan Collections 5 and 6. 3 singleton cards for 3 varied archetypes within the clan, whereas the clans on the right got a full package. I then showed them another alignment chart. Rather than discussing the quality of design, I presented the strength of the design, how good the cards are in general, and the 2 outliers were Gear Chronicle and Great Nature, the only 2 clans out of Clan Collections 5 and 6 to get a Counterblast 1+3, and every other clan not getting a Counterblast 1+3. A very socio-economic viewpoint of the upper class and the lower class. And so segues us into the topic of today's video, card and set design and my issues with it. Before we get into the nitty gritty, here's another few Twitch clips about me discussing my gripes with card design with respect to clans that really did not need this harsh of needless restrictions. In this clip, I talk about how Elite Mutant Girafa, released back in Clan Collections 1 and 2, checked your opponent to be at 1 or less standing rearguards. But for some reason, as Mega Colony evolved through Clan Collections 3 and 4 and then to 5 and 6, they just got worse? Brilliant Blister, amazing of a card as it is, now checks for a no rested rearguards, and Mega Colony Battler S and M also require your opponent's board to be fully rested for their maximum value. I really don't know why Mega Colony, a clan that wasn't making any splash in the meta at the moment, had their leashes tightened by needless restrictions, and players would actively get punished by defensive triggers, stopping your opponent from attacking, and thus leaving standing units. On the topic of needless restrictions and useless text flow, Ethics Buster Extreme. Would you believe me if I told you Enterana and Ethics Buster Extreme came out in the same set? Yeah, I wouldn't either. The quality between the 2 clans is night and day, and that I find it impossible that they are part of the same R&D team. If you wanted a new V Premium restriction list, Ethics Buster Extreme is your new restriction list. 6 restrictions for this card to do the same thing that B Studies already do for less of a headache. The funniest part is that, in the same set, and in the same clan, was War God Ashura Kaiser, which does almost the exact same thing that Extreme does, and more. To emphasize on my point that giving 3 boss units is lazy design and does nothing to promote those clans, I went and took Kagero's 3 new boss units and split them into a theoretical Clan Collections 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 10, for the Rebirth, Goku, and Aleph respectively. The way that I see it, every clan collection should either introduce a new concept and bolster it, or look towards an old concept and bolster it. We can take the Rebirth and leave it the same because it in itself is a fine card. But the other two cards should directly support its ideology and gameplay. If it's board reliant and will want to lock its rear guards, we want a package that will search each other out, but also act skills. That way you can get max value out of these rear guards before locking them. I do the same for Goku and Aleph, but I won't delve too deep into Boku no Kangaeta Kado wa Saikyo no Kado, and we'll tangent straight into the nitty gritty. Card and set design, and my issues with them. At the time of recording this, Steam Maidens are the forerunners of the V Premium meta, and are also incredibly prevalent in the Premium meta as well. Why is this? Enter Steam Maiden Enterana, as well as her kitty companion, Traveling with the Storm, Gearcat. This delinquent duo, part of the Steam Maiden package, is what currently gives the deck wings. Even without these two existing, Steam Maidens could still do what they were intended to do, and that is a multi-attack under a turn-wide battle door provided by the legendary Billy Joel Piano Man himself. But with Enterana and Gearcat, they can do this much more consistently. Due to the fact that Steam Maidens now have a very strong and robust advantage engine, as well as ludicrous kill potential, people have been turning their complaints towards Enterana's design, which I think is unfair. I personally think that Enterana and Gearcat are really well-designed cards, and the R&D team should be applauded for this. Having played Steam Maidens myself in V Premium, the deck is incredibly fun to play. There are a lot of moving parts in the resolution of Enterana and Gearcat, which once again positively feedback loops it and makes it even more fun to play. I'll say it again, these two are well-designed cards. It is a set of support cards for an existing archetype that supports it and strengthens its main strategy. However, these are poorly balanced cards, and that's probably where I think a lot of the criticism is misguided. Therefore, my stance on card design: strong and progressive cards are well designed, but balance is a major problem in Vanguard card design. The term balance actually has two definitions for the purpose of this video. One is the obvious one with regards to the metagame and card strength, but the other is the more niche discussion of balancing card design across the 24 clans. Historically, Cardfight Vanguard was very guilty of what I like to call the new toy balancing, or the Ferris wheel meta, where the newest set also introduced a new clan into the meta. This was most obvious once we had reached the later stages of G era, where each set would then push the current top dog out of the meta and replace it. In my opinion, I don't think this is necessarily bad, and it's a byproduct of the clan system. It keeps product moving and keeps the metagame and players evolving as well. I think the obvious problems happen when you are a clan that is not featured in the anime. I'm looking at you, Tachis, and Spike Bros. While everyone else is having their turn on the Ferris wheel of meta, some clans aren't even on the Ferris wheel. They're the ones operating the ride. Super fast forward to the end of the V format, and we get clan selection as well as clan collection. These are premier sets that aim to support all 24 clans at once. Cardfight Vanguard finally has a way to support all 24 clans at once, is the main takeaway from this message. Now, Clan Selections Plus of Volumes 1 and 2 actually has some really good and well thought out full packages of support. Every clan got a full set of 3 cards that fit into an archetype or playstyle, be it new or old. The same thing could be said about Clan Collections 1 and 2 as well. Set design wise, I think each clan got a good package of 3 cards that did something synergistically. Balance, however, is another issue, and that's why we get winners and losers videos every clan collection. Fast forward to today, and we have cards on one end of the spectrum, like Bladewing Reiji and Cocutus Reverse, as well as cards from another end of the spectrum, being Enterana. The R&D team, or whoever they have designed the cards and the set, have now demonstrated through the existence of Enterana, through the existence of Leopold Reverse, that they are capable of designing strong and progressive cards like this. But what I don't understand is what is stopping them from giving other clans the same treatment. Let's once again take a look at the alignment chart that we worked on during the stream. These 6 clans on the left here, Kagero, Novas, Golds, Shadows, DP, and Narus, this is what I would call a lazily designed set of cards. Many of these clans got 3 new grade 3s that had nothing to do with each other and were dependent on you on already having certain cards to be able to play them. They could have easily split these 3 grade 3s into 3 different clan collections and give them the respective supporting grade 1s and grade 2s they need. Yes, there are some outliers like Drag Ruler Phantom, Vowing Saber Reverse, and Steve, which already have a robust package from historic sets, but no one would complain about being able to improve their decks even more. Why does Kogoro get another 3 idiot grade 3 bunguses that just ride over Dauntless Drive to make your own new Vanguard, and not a new boss unit and 2 support cards? Or hell, pull a Steam Maidens and give us a Counterblast 1+3 in Seal Dragons. Do you guys remember those? Yeah, I do. Why did Nova Grapplers get 3 idiot grade 3 bunguses and not 2 support cards for any one of these bosses? Maybe my communist manifesto is leaking through this video, but I'm just baffled at the imbalance between card strength across clans. It's not like we can chalk it up to the Ferris wheel meta and some clans got more anime screen time than others. Everyone gets support now, so there should be no excuse as to why card strength across the set is so varied and out of whack. Equalize everything. Give everything the Counterblast 1+3 that you have now demonstrated to us, the player base, that you, the R&D team, are capable of designing. To kind of start wrapping up the video, the rant, once again, this was a rant with regards to the recent clan collection design as well as premium collection designs in card quality and the disparity in strength. The R&D team has set the precedent that cards like Enterana and Leopold Reverse are the baseline of what we should be expecting from these sets now. They've demonstrated that they have the capability to design this level of cards and needs to continue to do so, be it for V, be it for P, be it for D. In a business standpoint, it's in Bushiroad's best interest to continue to develop and design sets and cards that keep player interest, and progressive card design, like Enterana and Leopold Reverse, is how they do that. The problem comes when only a select few clans out of 24 have this privilege once a year, in which case it's always better to single the cards as the consumer rather than buy the set for a whole set of good cards and not be left with a good amount of chaff. From a player-based standpoint as well, these newer progressive cards will progress the metagames, which means us as players will learn and grow and adapt ourselves. So to conclude the video, a message to Bushiroad if they happen to care about this channel and what one measly content creator has to say. We've seen what the R&D team is capable of, and I like what I see. I would like to see it applied evenly across the 24 clans, and I know how easy it can be. So get your shit together and start treating all 20 of your clans with some equality. If you need help with that, I'm right here. I challenge your R&D team that I could design a better set of 72 cards for the next clan collection. As for our beloved viewers, here's a question I posted on Twitter that I would like to posit to you. Would you rather have all other clans strengthening to a similar level that Steam Maidens are currently at, or would you rather play in a world where Enterana and Cat was never released, and why? Leave a comment down below and I'll reply to everyone who seriously wants to discuss it with me. So come by to their Discord and add me in any one of the Vanguard channels. I will definitely discuss it with you there as well. In any case, this has been Toku from Yellowcard Vanguard, and thank you for watching to the end of this video. It ended on a bit of a more bitter note, but after working through 3 seasons of Clan Collection and seeing the meta develop the way it has, it's something I've definitely needed to get off my chest. Once more time, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this topic, how you would balance the disparity between card strength we've seen in clan collections and premium collections. Maybe I'm old-fashioned and actually a communist at heart. Call me out on that. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. Regardless of how Vanguard is at the moment, I still love the game, I still love the community, and I hope these videos that I put out demonstrate that for you. This has been Toku from Yellowcard Vanguard. Toku out.